I'm gonna play this game. Are you ready? It's called 20 Questions. Where were you born? Austin, Texas. Who is the most important person in your life growing up, and why? I don't want to say my mother, but it's my mother. Yep, I can't help but not be my mother. What's your favorite color? Green. But I try not to play favorites. Gray is equal. What was your favorite movie? Right now I'm in the middle of watching The Apartment in my history of film class, and so far it's really cool. Do I think people have a soul? However I define that. I don't want to define it. It's a dumb word. I've never liked it, not even when I was a Christian. Give it up. Does God exist? Is there a possibility that God exists? There's a possibility. I don't think that it's probable or that it's what's going on, but it's a possibility. No bungee jumping. Question 7, have you ever gone bungee jumping? No way. If you could solve one and only one world problem, what would it be? The problem of people initiating force against other people. This would involve murder, rape, government, taxation, theft, any form of coercion, the threat of coercion. Basically, everyone abiding by the non-aggression axiom would be very cool. Do I believe there might be aliens out there that have visited the Earth from time to time? You know, I used to believe that, and I get horrible nightmares, so I had to stop thinking about that. It's just something I don't think about for my own stability. That sounds really crazy. It's not as crazy as it sounds. I just get nightmares. Number 10, did I have a pet growing up? I've had chickens, squirrels, possums, pit bulls, ducks, cats, mice, mice, all sorts of things. Right now I only have two cats. I met one last night. I named it Harold. Is there a circumstance that would warrant the death penalty? No. Never. Death penalty. If executed by an individual, the victim of a crime in a stateless society, someone, whatever, you decide to execute someone. Execution implies that the person being executed is not willing. Execution also implies that it's after the fact. It's not during the actual crime, so it's not in self-defense. It's the initiation of force. I don't believe in it. I think it's really messed up. So, never. If I could have a super sense, what would it be? Sight, smelling, hearing, touch, taste. Super hearing, because I did sound a couple times, but the first time I did sound for a film, we were on break and everyone was getting cookies, and I turned the mic up really loud and I hid on the other side of the building, like outside the garage, and I listened to everybody's conversations. Super hearing is really cool. I couldn't bear to turn the microphone off. Why I wouldn't have super sight, even though I'm really visual and I like looking at things, would be because if you had super sight, you wouldn't be able to, you'd pick up on composition and color schemes and all that crap too easily. So if you tried to make a piece of art, right, you would be seeing it way differently than everybody else. your art would become inaccessible. If someone offered you enough money for you to live for the rest of your life, how much would be enough? Well, insufficient data. I don't know how long I'm going to live. I don't know. So, it's really not a good question. If I was gonna live to like 70 something, I'm rambling. It doesn't matter. I don't know. Give me $1. Number 14. How old will you be when you die? My dad thought he would die at 30, and I can't say he wasn't disappointed when he turned 31. So, I try not to think ahead. What time did you go to bed last night? 11:30. If I asked you what's the top 3 things you like about yourself, what would those be? I have funny looking hair. I am a positive existentialist. So nothing has meaning, which means that I can be anything I want. I'm hypersensitive. Just ask anybody in my film class, in my history of film class. I cry, gasp, giggle. I provide all the sound effects. Very vocally emotional and very emotional. I feel other people's pain and other people's joy. Super hyper empathy. I like that. I think that's a real gift. If you could have any profession in the world and it would support you, what would that job be? That's a really hard question. Professional badass. If I could go back in time only once, where would you go and when? New York, 1964, because that's where I really belong. No joke. No joke. My favorite meal is when I'm so freaking hungry, because, okay, well, not too hungry that I eat everything really fast, but really hungry. There's this French proverb that I really like. It says that hunger is the best spice, except it sounds much prettier in French. A huge plate of grilled vegetables. And brown rice. And a chocolate milkshake. Number 20 of 20. If you wanted to tell me something that not many people know about you, what would that be? I love keeping secrets. Game over, I win.